Good Tuesday morning, everybody, on this March 21st. Chris Allen here on the Sam channel. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Weather stick showing green. Should be green. It's green. For rain. Rain's coming in. Oh, I, I feel better. I'm not 100%, so I'm taking off today. Again from Sam, the radio station. But I felt well enough this morning to give you a weather update. Green, that color green. Yeah, I have felt that over the last 24 hours. Uh, yeah, it was. I hope you don't get that. It was definitely a stomach bug. I'll spare you the graphic details. But let me just say, literally, if you get it, it will kick you in the butt big time. So I hope you don't get it. The good news is it lasts for about 24 hours and then it's over. But I'm still not quite there yet. I'm close. I'm finally getting to eat a little something, but I'm taking it in small doses because it's just, I'm afraid. I'm usually not one afraid to eat, but right now I am. Just a little bit longer. Okay, I hope to be back on the radio tomorrow. In the meantime, we do have some rain that is going to move in today. Let me show you on the radar just exactly what I'm talking about. Hang on a second. I didn't quite, I thought I had myself fully prepared here, and I forgot one little thing to link up the radar with. As you can tell, I got a little out of sync here. Not doing this on a regular basis. Oh, well, for a day or so. Anyway, there's the radar. Now, what you're looking at is the radar, not the satellite. This particular radar showing some of the lighter returns as, kind of a grayish color, not really green, not yet. This is indicating that there's some upper level moisture, not quite all of it hitting the ground. The air is still pretty dry here over southern Kentucky, but this is the beginning of what is going to be the shower activity that moves in tonight. And during the day tomorrow, we're expecting, maybe a good half inch of rain once this thing gets going. It's not really associated with a front. It's just overrunning moisture that is coming up out of the Gulf of Mexico and headed our direction. Now that high pressure, you see it there, just south of Knoxville, southeast of Knoxville. And so the flow here, I should just turn on my telestrator so you can see that. High pressure, the winds, of course, go clockwise. So all of this is just bringing in all of that moisture as the high pressure ridge moves east. And there's plenty of moisture to work with, not just today, but once we get into especially Thursday into Friday, we could be looking at a lot of heavy rain here in southern Kentucky. It's there could even be some flooding problems. We're hoping not. There's even a small chance that we could see some severe weather. Small chance at this point. It's very conditional, but I'm not going to highlight too strong here the possibility of severe weather. I think that's kind of an outlier right now. We'll just have to give this time to bake and see what happens. Here's a look at the model blender. And yesterday was the first day of spring, and it felt a little bit better. Today is going to feel even more better. And look at this, 60s and 70s, 60s and 70s for the next 10 days, except for today. Upper 50s, close to 60, we'll say, for today. But really, spring-like warmth is finally going to take over, and maybe maybe stay. I only hesitate because I know that we still have a couple of more of those little winters to go through, and it we may, after this 10-day period, see another brief cool down and then a warm back up, and you know how it goes. I mean, all the way through March and April, we can still have that happen. So I hesitate to say that this is fully spring, but I think we're about there. So look at those. Look at all that. I mean, it's warm. So bring those plants back out. Anything that you've brought in for the last 4 nights, which have been below freezing, you're good to go from here through the last day of March, the 31st, which is at the end of that 10-day model blender. So you should be good. Okay, let's take a look at the specifics. Oh, first of all, Kentucky Mesonets this morning, currently as of 5:24 a.m. I didn't get up until like 8 yesterday, which is why I didn't do one of these, and of course not on the radio. And man, I just felt rough. I apologize for that, but hey, it was okay. I'll spare you the details. But anyway, here's a look at the Kentucky Mesonet side. So we've got a big variety of temperatures. You've got low 20s. There even may be, I thought I saw like a 19. There may be. Anyway, these are all because, oh, there's an 18 way up in, where is that? Lewis County, Vanceburg, Kentucky, 18 degrees. There's a 19. Johnson County, Paintsville, Kentucky, way over there in the eastern part of the state. But around here, it's 20s and 30s. And then you start to see some 40s back into western Kentucky. That's that warmer air coming in with some of the light rain that's beginning to show up. And the temperatures are all over the place this morning because, as you know, I've described this before. It all depends on the elevation of each of these mesonet sites. When you got to have a very stable air mass like we do this morning, it's very dry and very stable, but that's going to change over time as we go through the day. And the better chance of rain is going to come in later this afternoon and into this evening. So let's take a look at that with the model maps here, and you can tell that things are or have been very chilly. I don't have to reiterate that because you guys already know that. Here is the jet stream. You know, you've seen this before, where the cold air is locked into the north, and now we're starting to see some warmer air finally coming back. And today, it's going to come back big time. So let's take a look at this, put it into motion. Here's this morning. We're going to see a retreat of that jet stream energy to the north as far as the more polar and the colder activity. Here comes our rain, as you see here, just kind of moving through. There's no cold front here. There's no any kind of, this is all just kind of the Pacific flow from the west, you know, just kind of meeting up with moisture coming up out of the Gulf of Mexico. That's all this is. And it's going to continue to push east. And we're looking at our best rain to come in. This would be about 7 o'clock or so this evening. And it's going to, well, actually, this would be, yes, this evening, about 7 o'clock. It says Wednesday, but 0Z UTC time is about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock this evening. So we're going to begin to get showers, and you may hear some pretty good rain on your roof as it comes down, because we actually could pick up about a half inch of rain out of this. Thunderstorm activity, I don't see or foresee a lot of convection. So I don't think this is going to be that. It's just going to be general rainfall. Now, this is indicating that there might be, you see some of those yellow dots in there, possible rumble of thunder. I don't think it's going to be that much of a convective system. This is getting into early Wednesday morning. Um, and you can see though, but this is the big tell right here. Look at that. Warmth, lots of warmth, all of this warmth coming in, and the moisture feed is there. But the thing is, after these showers leave, the moisture feed is not going to go away. It will shut off a little bit, but it's going to wait on a low pressure system that's out west that's going to come our way, and that's going to be the bigger chance of rain as we get into Thursday. So here we go. Wednesday, the showers begin to taper off, as you see. Then here comes our low pressure systems, actually two of them, but notice they're not real deep. Let's see if they strengthen a little bit as we get into Wednesday night, into Thursday. They're kind of holding their own. Here we go into Thursday. The beginning of Thursday is going to be fairly dry, but notice breezy. Look at all those lines. See those lines? Yeah, all of those lines tightly put together. Those are the isobars that are pressure differences, and it's going to be windy. It's going to be windy on Thursday, and then we're probably going to get some thunderstorms, but we're also going to get the potential for heavy rain, even though this model doesn't quite show it up to that point. This is right here, the beginning of the cold front, and you can see that line of showers moving in, but eventually we are going to get some pretty decent rainfall. That model doesn't go out till Friday, but I can tell you that Thursday night into Friday is going to be quite rainy around here. How much rain are we looking at? And this will take us all the way through the upcoming weekend, which we could get some showers into early Saturday, and then some more coming in on Monday. Look at that swath. It's pretty well defined. We're looking at 2.5, some locations getting 3 inches of rain. And that's not with this first round that's going to come in tomorrow night. This is collectively over the next several days into the weekend. The weekend is not going to be all that rainy. It's the second round, actually the third round, if you want to count the rounds, would be coming in on Monday. That's going to be, once you add all that up, it's going to be some pretty good rainfall. And that's why I say there could be some flooding that might occur as we get on into Thursday into Friday. All right, finally, we'll take a look at the maps here. Pretty quiet at the moment, but here comes the overrunning rains as high pressure, the ridge moves east. I described to you and showed you drawing the arrows of the fetch coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. Once that happens, we get some of the rain tonight and into tomorrow. And as you can see, the dark green indicating pretty good downpours, about a half inch of rain for that episode. As we move into Wednesday, here's Wednesday night. It all shuts off and moves on to the north. Then we get the really warm air that starts to kick in on Thursday and the more pronounced flow. Look at all these. These are thunderstorms, the red lines indicating where showers and thunderstorms are going to take place. And there's the cold front. Eventually that will move in and come across the area, stalling out a little bit into early Friday. And then finally you can see it moving out, gaining a little strength, but it's still going to be a little windy. You see the lines there, a bit windy as we get into Thursday and Friday, but the front will be gone. And then here's the third round that will come in. This is going to be Sunday afternoon and evening into next Monday. And there's a front, actually two of them that will come through. Not necessarily a cool down after these fronts, a little bit of a cool down, as you saw in the 10-day blender, but not cold. We're not calling for another big hard freeze for several nights. I don't see that. coming anytime soon. That took all the energy I have. Sorry about that. But yeah, I hate, I'm hardly ever sick. Hardly ever. But I got to tell you, this stomach bug, uh, what a punch. I mean, it's a punch in the gut and then in the backside. That's all I'll say. But hopefully, you guys will not get it. I pray you don't get it because it's rough. And the best thing you can do is just drink clear liquids, don't eat anything, and just get a lot of rest. Okay, so that's what I plan to do today. Going to ease into eating something and, trying to get back, hopefully, get this out of here today so I can be back on the radio tomorrow and feel better. All right, you guys, I thank you for watching. God bless you. Have a great day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.